Hello and welcome to the introductory video for my juice fasting series. I asked you last month if you'd like to have a bit of a IGTV series based around my experiences of my 3-day juice fasting that I do at the beginning of every month. And I got a 90% response of yes, you'd like to learn a bit more about it and hear about my experience. And it's actually great because I love to share the stuff that I'm learning. So I've written a little bit of information about it as an introduction for you. Assuming that you are starting from scratch, I'm going to be reading some facts that I've also gotten from the sources that I got my information from. Firstly, I'd like to say that fasting is not just a new age fad or a yo-yo diet or a pop-up craze. Fasting has existed since the beginning of life on Earth. Ill or injured animals' first instinct is to abstain from solid food until it's feeling healthy again. They instinctively know that healing will be much faster and more effective when they stop eating. Knowing that eating will only place an extra burden onto their body. This instinct has always existed within the animal kingdom. Humans, on the other hand, in today's medically indoctrinated world, have a tough time believing that eating less will actually allow their bodies to speed up the detoxification and healing process. For me, it's not a quick fix. I'm not doing this for weight loss, and I don't recommend that that's what you do if that's your intention. This would not be a safe thing to do if you don't have a healthy relationship with food. If you know that that might be you, then I suggest you seek medical consultation beforehand. Anything that I say during my series or my exploration of this journey does not have any medical background. I am not a doctor. I am not claiming to be one. I am not here trying to get people to do this. I am just here sharing with you my journey, the information that I've found, and things that are working for me. So if you're not enjoying the journey, don't do it. You make the rules for how you want to do this. As long as you know that you are treating your body with respect and honor and you are being healthy in all areas of your life, then I do strongly believe you can benefit from intermittent fasting. To reiterate, everything I'll be sharing with you is my experience, my journey, and it should and will look different for everybody based on their history, physical and mental, and your health surrounding all of these areas of your life. One important thing I'd like to say is that you shouldn't take up intermittent fasting just so you can give yourself the excuse to binge. So it's not something you do just so you could have a big weekend, or you have a big weekend and so you just won't eat for a couple of days. That is not the relationship that we're trying to form with our body and with our minds. While you're cleansing or fasting, you're not just working your body, but also your mind. Meditation and reflection are important, and really understanding the reason why you have decided to try this. Sit with yourself before you decide to try juice fasting or water fasting or anything like that. Sit with yourself and ask yourself these questions. Firstly, why am I deciding to do this? What am I wanting to get out of it? And am I prepared to really do the work around healing myself? We should always start off working on the strength and the health of our mind, so that when we are ready to fast or cleanse, our mind is strong enough to support our body on that journey. We are always just striving to treat our body with love, respect, and honor. I don't do this for weight loss, so why do I do it? What got me interested in intermittent fasting? I found Don Tolman, the whole food medicine man, and he is just a wealth of knowledge And it wasn't by mistake that I came across his podcast and absolutely binged it, because I was also suffering from digestive issues. I always felt bloated. I had constipation, and then I would have serious diarrhea. I had pain when I'd touch around my stomach and my abdomen. So I guess I manifested this podcast coming into my life because I listened to a lot of his work, and then I found him on YouTube, and then I found his website, and I just explored. He's got so much fantastic information and decades of study and medical reports. And if you don't know anything about it yet, that's the first thing I want you to do, is go and have a listen to what he has to say. But I realized that I just needed to do a reset of my body. I started doing this cleansing, I think it was November 2019. Before that, I spent a couple of months researching. I was 28, so I'd had 28 years of putting my body through whatever I put it through in my late teens and early 20s. And, I'd traveled the world, and I'd eaten crazy things, and I'd lived a very adventurous life, and I was having these digestive issues. And so I actually had spent time in India, a couple of months in India in 2018, and I did get Delhi belly the first week I arrived there. I never felt quite the same afterwards in my stomach. I never got tested, but I'm pretty sure I came home with some kind of parasite or gut bacteria, an unwanted bacteria, not good bacteria. I always look for natural solutions. I always look to steer clear of pharmaceuticals and medications, and if I can help it. With Don Tongman, I found a way that I could try to fix my gut bacteria and whatever was going on down there a natural way. Fasting has been practiced as a ritual and protocol for preventing and healing disease for thousands of years. Fasting purifies the body of accumulated toxins and a wide variety of pollutants that lead to chaos in the body. A lot of people that have found fasting, they're advocates of this work. They fast multiple times a year, and everyone will choose a different kind of fasting that works best for their body. Fasting also helps to rewire the body's immune system, helps to rewire your taste buds, and paves the way for greater capacity of the body to absorb nutrients from food that it's eaten. I also did a 90-day lemon juice cleanse when I first started fasting. So I had one whole squeezed lemon juice every day for 90 days to cleanse my liver. So I really took it as an opportunity to reset my body. I was doing a 3-day juice fast at the beginning of every month, and I did 90 days of lemon. I also quit caffeine. And to me, these are the things that really helped clean out my body and make me feel so much better every single day. So I had no intention of continuing to do these fasts. I decided to do the 3-day juice cleanse and just see how my body felt. And it felt incredible. After that, I decided I wanted to do it at the first 3 days of every month. Well, roundabout within the first 2 weeks, of course, give or take, if family gatherings come up or, people come over to visit. It's really hard fasting in a house full of people that are eating and cooking. And I do want to let you know that there has come a month. So the beginning of the month arrives, and I just don't feel like doing a fast. My body feels okay, and I just don't feel like doing it. And see, this is fine. We're not putting, rules and regulations around what we should or shouldn't do with fasting if it's something we want to get into. It's about listening to your body. And there's some months I'm raring for it to come up and I'm so excited to do it. And then there's other months I don't want to do it. And that's fine. Setting boundaries with yourself before you get into something like this is very important. And I'm not saying that you should do a 3-day at the beginning every month. You find what works for you. This is just what I'm enjoying right now. It's not strict. It's not meant to be strict. It's meant to be enjoyable. It is a challenge, but most things that are worthwhile are going to be a little bit challenging. But it makes it feel so much better when you come to the end of it. You're probably wondering what juice I use or if I make my own juices. So when I first started, when I did my first one, I wasn't going to go out and buy a $1,000 juicer and buy all the veggies and fruit. I just wanted to give it a go. So I just went to the local supermarket and I went to the juice fridge and I found some fruit and vegetable mixed juices. So not just fruit. I prefer to have fruit and vegetable. That was completely cold pressed and there was no additives, no extra sugars or acidity regulators or anything like that. So just natural juices. I recycle the bottles because that's what I do. And I love the juices and I haven't gotten sick of them. I've been doing this now for 10 months and I'm still using the same 2 juices from the supermarket. They did bring out a new one recently, which is delicious. It now has spirulina and chlorophyll in it, so some extra goody greens. But if you want to juice your own, even better. Make sure you go and support local farmers and find organic produce and make it a whole experience. I'm sure if you make your own juices and then you're drinking it and you're feeding your body that way, it's going to be really enjoyable. So many of the foods we eat daily are processed. Even if we do our best to shop for organic food or go to the local farmers market or even grow our own, it's almost impossible to not eat some processed things, especially if you're a person like me, where I strongly believe in everything in moderation. And because a lot of us have this in our diet almost daily, this means the digestive system and the cleansing system are working overtime. Environmental pollutants also add to this. And also, excess animal proteins tend to acidify the body in an unhealthy way. Am I going to continue doing this forever? No, definitely not. My body's constantly changing, as is yours. And this is just something that's working for me right here, right now, at this point in my life. So I'll continue to do a 3-day juice cleanse at the beginning of each month, as long as I feel it's what's working for my body and I'm enjoying it. But I don't think I'll ever stop fasting. I'll just do it when my body says that it might need it, or something happens within my health that I believe fasting would help to heal. I'm very lucky to have built up a solid, intuitive relationship with my body and the awareness of listening for the signs of what she's telling me. So if you're feeling not as connected to your body, then this might be a beautiful exercise to practice. Sit down and actually listen to what your body has to say. What does it need? What's it lacking? Where in your life could you bring more health, more connectivity? It was the ancient physician Hippocrates who first taught that virtually all disease begins in the gut. Fasting allows the digestive system to rest and release stored toxic waste and gives your body the chance to concentrate on healing and repair rather than dedicating its energy to constantly processing your food. During a fast, it's also important to ensure that your excretory organs are doing their job. That means, depending on the accumulated waste in your body, doing a colon cleanse, an enema, colonic hydrotherapy, deep exhalation exercises, salt baths, and cleansing or exfoliating the skin are great ways for you to help. So when is it a good time to start fasting? So the ancient healers believed that the best time to start fasting was immediately following the colder months, so at the beginning of spring, hence the term spring cleaning. So today there are a few obvious signs that you may need to fast. And please, as I said earlier, don't take this as a diagnosis or a prescription. This is just information that I've read from someone I believe has done a lot of research. So do your own research also, don't take my word for it. But if you're suffering from a serious disease or health condition, if you're constantly feeling dependent on medication, if you've been experiencing frequent sluggishness or low energy, if you've been having infrequent bowel movements or digestive issues, which was me, or if you're regularly suffering from anxiety or emotional stress. Now, these are things that Don Tolman lists are good reasons why you should fast. And that does not mean that from tomorrow you start just drinking juice or you stop eating right now and go for 10 days. Always seek medical advice from a trained professional. There's lots of other factors. Your age can play a factor in this. I wouldn't go and tell my 80-year-old grandfather to stop taking his medication and start drinking water and don't eat. No. We have to be smart and respectful of our bodies and find out enough information before you really decide to do something like this. So there are 3 types of fasting. It's fast, faster, and fastest. So choosing the right type for you ultimately depends on your current state of physical and emotional health. I do want to suggest that you don't just jump straight into a 40-day water fast if it's something you've never done before. It's something that I strongly suggest you take baby steps with and just see how your body responds. Enjoy connecting with your body in this new way and listen for the responses and signs that you get from yourself. It's a really beautiful way to connect deeper with your mind and your body. Now I'm going to read to you from the Tolman website what he explains these 3 fasting types as. So 1, the fast path. A great way to experiment with fasting is to do what anciently they referred to as walking the rainbow bridge. This is where you go for 7 days on fruits and vegetables, following one color of the rainbow each day. This means on day 1, you go with only red foods. Day 2, you go with orange. Day 3, yellow, 4, green. And then on days 5, 6, and 7, you embrace all the varieties of foods from the blue, indigo, and violet spectrum. This is kind of an exciting way to get a little bit more creative here. Maybe try some fruit and veggies that you haven't tried before, something new and exotic. So during the fast, you can create fresh juices, eat raw salads, and even cook some of the foods if you so choose. Remembering to drink lots of water and to move your body, the best thing would be walking and light stretching. The second type is the faster path. If you have something specific that you're wanting to heal, it's a great idea to commence with detoxification of the alimentary canal first. By doing a colon cleanse for 2 to 4 days before commencing your fast, you'll rapidly extract stored waste that's been backed up in your digestive system, enabling your body to get the most benefit from your fast. So once you complete a colon cleanse, you can either choose to follow the 7-day rainbow protocol or the mono diet. Number 3, the fastest path. So nothing beats fasting on fresh juices or water, which is the ultimate for rapid healing and repair. This path allows you to not only experience powerful physical health benefits and healing benefits, but an incredible level of mental and emotional enlightenment as well. Again, I want to say, if you decide you're wanting to fast, I recommend you first seek professional medical advice for your own personal circumstances. Whichever fast you decide to do, it's important to listen to your body and realize the first few days are going to be the hardest. If you don't feel well during this time, it's usually because your body is detoxifying, and it's a good idea to take it slow and rest. Pamper yourself a little, have a magnesium bath, do some self-massage with some coconut oil, watch a movie. Just treat your body with respect. After several days, you'll be jumping through the roof on natural energy. But of course, that's, if you're going more than a couple of days. I only do 3, but I already feel it. It's different every time. Today I got lots of energy and it's day 1. Last month, I didn't get my energy till day 3. That's okay. It's going to be different next time as well. So if you're doing your first fast, prepare your body 2 to 3 days beforehand, eliminating meat, processed food, and alcohol. And when you break your fast, go with lighter foods like smoothies, fruits, salads, and soups to allow your digestive system to adapt after a period of rest and repair. So bone broths is a great one to break your fast with. And I do have to admit that I have been, because I do it once a month, I've gotten complacent. I don't I don't prepare myself 3 days before, and I usually don't break my fast with a soup. If you've watched any of my previous videos, Dad and I like to have a beer to break our fast, and I'm always craving something salty because I've had juice, I've had the sweet. I'm always wanting savory, whereas my partner who does the water fasting, he wants sweet stuff like fruit. I hope you enjoy the series that I'm going to be sharing with you of my monthly experiences. And so I have talked my dad and my partner into doing this with me every month, so we do it together. So no one's cooking while I'm trying not to eat. We all do it together. Dad and I do juice, my partner does water. And then we get to break our fast together, which is always a really, really great night. So please do your own research. Ask me questions because I'm also learning as well. I don't claim to have all the right answers, and I don't claim to have all of the right knowledge in this. I am just curious, and I'm always wanting to learn and challenge myself and get a deeper connection to my body. So let's journey together. If you find out more information or if anything I said is wrong, let me know. Anyway, I'll see you soon.